So, hey everybody in District 7, I'm here with Corie Ruzicka. Nailed it.
Perfect.
Ruzicka-Olson from District 3, so that's Saskatchewan for those of you that don't know. We're here at Truro at Fall Leadership Conference for District 7 with Kin Canada. Corie's out with us for the day from Saskatchewan, just for the day.
Just for the day.
As member in many roles, but primary hat she's wearing this time is Member Liaison Officer with Kin Canada. So we thought while we were here, we're out doing the community service, building community projects this afternoon across Truro and surrounding area, that we take a minute here at the Truro Mall, because just behind us we're doing a fundraiser with cystic fibrosis as one of our many projects, that I'd take the chance to chat with Corie for a few minutes. Because there's a lot of great stuff that Corie was sharing with the people that were here today, but of course a lot of people couldn't be here. So we just wanted to share that with people back home. So Corie, tell all of us, a little bit about the Member Liaison Officer role. What is it?
The main focus of the Member Liaison Officer role is to work with clubs and members that are struggling. I've partnered with the district membership directors, and as a team we've identified the clubs in our districts that really need some help and some support right now. The clubs that are struggling, the clubs that don't know who to ask for help, and we have identified them. We're also asking those clubs to self-identify once they realize what we're working towards. And we're going to we are in the process of creating individualized plans to help them get themselves back on track.
Good, good. It's one of the things, when clubs are having some challenges, sometimes they just don't know where to turn.
Exactly.
And we want to look at it from our end too, certainly in District 7, to say what can we do to help districts move forward, but to know that we've got that direct link to you is huge. If I'm a club that's having some challenges right now, so what are some of those channels that I should be exploring? So other than the development of this plan that can be customized for my club, how can I work with you or work with the district? What should I be doing to get back on track here?
Well, the first thing, again, is to identify that, yeah, you know what, we're going off the rails here, we need to do something. So you can either do that through contacting me, and that's just simply through Kin Canada headquarters, or you can ask your deputy governor, you can ask your district membership director, your governor, to hook you up. And I can't really be more specific than that, because every club has its own thing, right?
Right.
So I can't give you a blanket, this is the approach we take.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to do exactly the opposite of that.
Right.
We're trying to do the approach that works best for the club. We're trying to hook up the resources that work best for the club.
Right, each situation is different.
Yeah.
And certainly if there are clubs out there that want access to resources, work with your deputy governors, your governors, to make sure we're able to make those links as well. Corie, as well, other than membership liaison officer, if we look at District 3, for example, where she's headed tonight to celebrate a little bit, tell me a little bit about the work that District 3 has done. I know you've been very involved in that, but you guys have seen a lot of success in membership in the last few years.
I have to say that the most important thing we did in District 3 is we changed the way that we communicate. We've made a real effort to collect all of our members' email addresses. We've made a real effort to connect with all our club presidents, and we simply get the information out to everybody all the time. So we're not hearing anymore, oh gee, did that happen, I didn't know about it.
Right.
Because everybody knows what's going on. And if they don't, I would have to say the majority of our membership knows who to contact now if they have questions. So we've done a really good job, top down from the executive and bottom up from the members. We've done a really good job of drilling the fact that we can communicate properly to each other.
Good. If I'm a club right now and I've got 2 or 3 members, because we have some clubs that are really at that point where they're like, I've only got a couple of members, either we've been stagnant or we're at a point really not knowing where we can turn. Have you seen those situations out in District 3 as well, where you've had really small clubs?
Yeah.
And so how do you tackle that? And not to single in on one issue, but I know that in 7 a number of clubs are facing those challenges too.
Well, again, a variety of ways. Off the top of my head, a quick thing that we would do if we've got a club that's that small but wants to keep going, to try and succeed.
Right.
We would maybe link them with a close club, and a club that's close to them, and do, say, a membership night. Death by chocolate. Some clubs have gone out to their local bars and just had, a table set up and had people in the crowd walking around talking about Kin, to do a little bit of recruiting, a little bit of membership.
Right.
Helping the small club get a project, and again, getting manpower brought in from other clubs to help them get that off the ground.
Okay.
Just whatever it takes to get some membership, right?
One more thing I wanted to ask you about, and then I also want to kind of just throw it open to you, but when I had a chance to go out to District 3 in the past, the culture. So you talked about communication, but you get there and just the energy level is really high. Everyone's on the same page. You're there to have a good time. You guys have a good time from time to time?
Once in a while.
How important is that in being successful, either at the club level or, you know, like all the way up through, the kind of that positive, everybody's on the same page type of culture?
In a nutshell, that's why we're having success. Our culture is positive. People want to come out to our fall leadership. They want to come out to kin events because we're having fun, because we're truly becoming friends and we're truly acting like a family. So it really doesn't matter what kind of service we're doing, because some of the service work's, you know, less than fun. But if you're doing it with people you enjoy spending time with, it's a pleasure to do it. So the positive culture just draws people to us. We've got clubs doing activities in their communities, and people are walking up to them saying, I don't know who you guys are or what you're doing, but I want to be part of it.
I want in.
I want in. So it's just a reflection of how we feel about our association, but about ourselves now as well.
Right.
It's just, there's a lot of pride, there is a lot of energy and enthusiasm. We've got a really young membership.
Yeah.
And of course they bring the energy with them, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. So, you know, we'll see and hear a lot more of you this year. Thank you very much for coming out again with us today. But for those that weren't able to make it, any kind of words of encouragement or final thoughts that you'd like to send out for people that, again, aren't able to be here but would really be able to take avail of the services that we're offering?
Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions, but if not me, please feel free to communicate with your district executive. Lots of times people see the executive as separate from themselves, but they are us, we are them. Please remember that we've turned a corner this year and we're getting to a place where our membership is growing. You know, things have been on a downhill slide for a few years. But we're turning that corner and we just need to stay focused on our purpose, on serving the community's greatest need.
Awesome. Corie Ruzicka-Olson, one of Kin Canada's finest.
Just showing off now.
I'm going to nail it at least for the rest of the
Right.
day. Yeah. One of Kin Canada's finest, again out from Saskatchewan with us today. Thank you very much for swinging out and for spending a little bit of time with us. And safe travels back home.
Thank you, Lee, for having me in District 7, and thank you, Daniel, for your excellent directorial work.
Kin Kids director behind the lens, having a great time.
Doing a fabulous job, and he's cued us that's enough now.
Yeah. You want to come in and say hi?
Hi.
Daniel, the director.
Yeah. Father and friend. Right. And son. All right. So from all of us here at Truro, we'll see you again soon. Thanks again, Dee, and thanks, Corie.
Thank you.
King Canada power.
Good job, Daniel.